Hey, True Believers England Teen here, and we're going to have ourselves a bit of a hangout. We got a couple of things to talk about. We'll pick up on the readings, the first appearance Fridays next week. And with me, of course, to chat, rant, and have a good time here, we've got the real Dr. VENKMAN, except no substitutes.
How's it going?
And we've got Professor Pixel.
I'm not going to have a good time about it.
Okay, well, we all have our choices in life to make. And Eric Back Issues Breen. That's what I kind of figured, sir. So what are we reading? What is the good news coming for us these days? What is exciting you about the comic book industry?
Well, I read the latest issue of Back Issue talking about all the good stuff that DC used to do, the DC hotline, all that stuff. So
yeah, they don't do that anymore, right?
Well, personally, I read Amazing Fantasy issues 1 and 2, and I enjoyed both of those. The
Marvel comic, yeah, we're not promoting them anymore on this channel.
Does that mean I'm kicked off?
Yeah, they're non persona non grata anymore. Sorry, man. No, actually, I do know that was a good story. I read the first issue, but I am not going to be picking up the second. I might read it, but I ain't going to pick up the second one. Hello to Solidiclaw, to Moranya, and to LK. What's up? Jester versus Botanist. So, yeah, VENKMAN found a story that we're going to be going over, and it's something about Harly and Ivey in the Butch verse. So once again, I do have to remind everybody that I did about 2 years ago now, 3 years ago, maybe even, I saw this panel that they did where they had all of their gay creators come on, and Vita Ayala, I remember, it was the one that said the words, and everybody agreed with her. If they have a chance, they will queer up everybody. Those are her words. They will make sure that all of the characters they can touch are gay. Now, I remember one time, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do because you're readers of comics, that Stan Lee once said, "We write about the world outside our window." I don't think that's happening anymore. I honestly do not think that's happening anymore. He pauses for anybody else to jump.
Well, I think they boarded up that window and hung a poster of Elliot Page in its place.
Yeah, they're looking through their own kind of window, which is, I guess, the poster of Elliot Page.
Yeah.
Thank you for the insight, Eric Breen.
You're welcome.
Hey, evil black cat. It is I, the blue-wrenched evil black cat. Don't make me regret it. Do not make me regret it.
I was going to point out that just 2 nights ago, I watched a guy not bother to show issue 15 because it didn't fit the motif, but then he counted down from 14 to 1 with Amazing Fantasy into Amazing Adventure, and those were probably the least impressive books he showed. And now I'm talking about Butch, Harly, and Ivey.
Yeah. There are windows just looking out to, yep, that's what I say. They got to move away from the gay bar because they think the entire world is that. We'll talk about the good stuff too. We will. Like I said, we're going to be doing the readings this month, and I figure what the heck, since Shang-Chi came out, we'll catch that next time. And I want to do the Iron Fist book, Marvel Premiere 15. 15, yep. Mm-hmm. And we'll also do, I think, Daughters of the Dragon. So I think those will be interesting and fun reads. So we catch on to the martial artists. And yeah, LK saying basically you have 5% of the population taking 75% of the jobs, and the other 25% are crowded into doing their bidding. It seems weird. It seems weird that everybody is going along with the Twitter crowd. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm absolutely done with it. I'm a little bit on the angry side, and I'm willing and ready and able to fight. Not for anything that happens in the comic book world. Actually, I've been enjoying the comics I've been reading. I've been catching up on the What Ifs. Eric, I know you enjoy that series, and whenever you can, I think it would be kind of fun to jump on and do issue number 3 and 4 and get along with there. People are rediscovering the What If video I did on this channel that went through 1 through 12. So I think it's, I think that's kind of interesting. Oh, and by the way, I got to give props. If you guys saw the David Ayer Suicide Squad, the one that was released a few years ago, not the one that just came out, but the one that was released before?
Yeah.
Okay. So this movie comes out. Nobody really, a lot of people see it, but nobody that loves comics tends to really love it. I enjoy it. I think it's a good time to be had, but I recognize where it goes wrong and how bad it is and all sorts of stuff along the way. But I've got to give some credit to it. I think because they decided to cut it down and they went PG, that what we got afterwards, even in the animated Suicide Squad movies, or what we got was a lot of people realizing that when it comes to Suicide Squad, take the freaking handcuffs off, go freaking nuts, go bonkers. And so we got this excellent movie over the summertime, but also we're finally getting Suicide Squad books that are about a Suicide Squad. That they're actually, it's a little bit darker. It's, you know, it's more violent. It's everything that I think a Suicide Squad should be. This was a lot of fun. I gotta tell you, I enjoyed the heck out of this book. Brian Azzarello wrote it, so it's good to know there's something out there on the DC front that's pretty good. Now, Pixel mentioned something from Marvel, and I did read the first issue, and I got to admit, I did enjoy that as well. Let's see. Hail Xena. Hello to Robert Roberts and free to Helium 29. Yeah. Sorry about it. Oh, wait, no, you're not the Australian. I was thinking Australia, right?
Yes.
He is. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Let's get him out. How can we help, man? Anybody got a boat?
They put you in the camp yet?
I see that it's absolutely safe to ride from the bottom of a Black Hawk helicopter. Maybe we could tie you on. Yeah. Anywho, so let's get to this story here since we got a few more people in, and we're going to talk about. We're going to see what they have to say about Harly and Ivey. Covenant webtoon creators Harly and Ivey Butch verse.
First of all, that looks like a manga ripoff with the whole Yakuza thing.
This is Lissandra Vong, author of webtoon Covenant goes viral after posing artwork. So this is actually not a story thing here. Okay, let's see. Artist behind the popular webtoon series Covenant went viral thanks to unique fan art. It's just fan art. Woo! Okay. Don't give them any ideas. That's how we got Garage Girls. Did you guys ever read that piece of crap? Well, let me give my review. I just called it a piece of crap. Let's see. Both pieces of art soon went viral, racking up thousands of retweets and likes. Vong later produced a promotional poster style image dubbed Into the Butch Verse, as well as another illustration showcasing the duo in action with guns blazing and plants tendrils unfurling. While the first two images started trending, there is currently even more fan art on Vogue's. Okay, so what the honest? That's a dude
with boobs.
That's a dude with boobs. That reminds me of Ted. There's nothing. There's no such thing as a chick with a dick. It's a guy with boobs. Oh my gosh, are you serious? You know what the problem I see with this is? I mean, the art's actually not bad if you're drawing a guy with tits. But the thing that I really see bad about this is they're going to take it serious.
Well, DC will.
Yeah.
Well, not to be that guy, but they absolutely will take this and run with it because the crowd they're going after, that's enough for them.
So do you think it'll harness 31,200 sales in comics?
Not unless you can figure out a way to charge for sailing the high seas, sir. No.
The first issue will be written by Margaret Robbie.
Because they're going to look at 31.2 thousand likes and go, what? We can sell 30,000 comics? Yeah. Oh, we got to do this quick. That's not the way it happens. That is just not the way it happens.
Trusty's sidekick. The problem is now you just can't unsee it.
Okay, and okay, I did Poison Ivy too. So here we got
the jacket over this. It's Yakuza manga style.
It's a guy. It's not just Butch. It's a dude that they drew with boobs.
Right.
There's no femininity to it at all. I understand they say, hey, it's Butch. And it kills me that Harly and Ivey went from friends and they went, hey, if two girls like each other, they got to be kissing. This is the comic book rule now.
Yeah.
To, hey, if two girls like each other, they can't look like girls anymore. Of course, once again, this is just fan art. And so we get this, which is wow. Getting away with murder. Like I said, I actually think that this person is a pretty good artist, judging by this, but this is not sequential art. We don't actually know how she would be with and
we don't know if she can draw women either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We know she can draw guys with boobs, and Vong's art is inspired a flurry of other fan pieces in the weeks since, including artwork from other Twitter users, and of course, there we go. All righty, I'm gonna get this is gonna be blocked. This live stream is about to be blocked, isn't it? Let's see. And then we get the Butch Harley designs.
But wait, it gets better.
Batman.
There we go. Because you can't have a guy be a guy.
How you do? I see you met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down by the way I look. You thought, okay, so somebody went out and freaking cosplayed it.
Is that the author? No, that's one else.
So I'll take more better photos. Yeah, no, this Taylor girl decided to cosplay it. Coming up, Vong's webtoon series recently hit 50 episodes, starring an exorcist named Ezra who has to protect a seemingly normal human named Sonny while grappling with his own disbelief in God. Covenant currently has more than 344,000 subs. All right, like I said, I don't think the art is bad. I just don't know if they could do sequential. I mean, if they're doing a webtoon, maybe somebody likes them, but judging by this, I think the people that are looking at the art isn't exactly the most discerning people. All righty. Oh, and thank you to Cumberbatch Pepper. I'm not Starfire sold well. Is that even possible? Yeah, it is. I think it actually is. Those young adult novels. There, go figure.
Well, I think this one got a lot of hate buying. And a lot of
oh, that's true.
Yeah,
I can name at least one.
Because I mean, it sold. I mean, apparently this sold much better than, You Came in My Ocean, and the Wonder. Oh crap! That isn't the actual title, is it?
it's the very accurate description.
Well, the other one was I'm not Batman.
Well, and then there was the one where Batman, Joker, and Catwoman as teenagers, and the Wonder Woman one. But I think this one sold better than that because this one, I mean, you could just look at this and know it was great roast material.
Yeah, and there was a lot of problems with I Am Not Starfire. Yeah, beyond the whole put Marco Tamaki in there. There were narrative problems with Starfire. Like, this was legitimately not a good book. You could even ignore the fact that it was filled with identity politics and all that, and still find incredible flaws with the book. The biggest flaw of them is that the character truly has no arc. Because, I mean, not a proper one anyway. She starts off, the whole thing is I'm not Starfire, but she ends the book and finds her power by becoming just like Starfire. So it actually contradicts it. The whole theme of the book is contradicted by the end. That book is a mess from start to finish. So,
Yeah,
but that's just me.
Spidey said, I wouldn't call 17th place sold well. That's true, but for an American comic, if Marvel could hit 17th place, CB Cebulski would cartwheel down to the nearest food truck in celebration.
I would call 17th place very good. It's top 20.
Yeah,
that's very good.
I mean, I get what he's saying, but the 1 through 16 was littered with manga. So I'm just saying that it's for for Marvel or DC in 2021. Yeah, that is unfortunately that's considered a success. Now, whether or not they take that as a sign that that's what people actually want, it doesn't matter because that's what they want for you.
Yeah.
So we're going to get I Am Not Starfire 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, they look at that as being a window. Even though they're being also by manga, if they're the first comic, if they're the DC, that's our comic. We beat out Marvel. We're doing a good job.
It wouldn't have mattered because, like I said, this is what they're going to give us going forward because they are going to keep pushing these kind of books until everybody that doesn't want them goes away.
Yeah. And we are. I even said recently I'm not going to be promoting Marvel anymore. It's not going to happen. So I've kind of removed myself from that. I'm still reading DC, some DC anyway, and I'm still getting independent comic books. My relationship with independent comic books is very easy. It's your book. It's your character. It's not Spider-Man. It's not Batman. These big iconic belong to the world characters. It's your book. So put whatever the hell you want to. Sometimes you get bit. A book, what the hell is that called? I wanted to get it. It's had a great premise, but then it was like, ugh. Oh, Dark Blood. I thought it had a great premise, so I picked it up, and yeah, I can't recommend it. But hey, that Texas Blood's still pretty cool.
Have you heard anything about that new Straczynski, Steve Epting book, the Telepathics or something? It's AWA book.
Oh, the Telepaths. Yeah,
yeah.
I've got that. I think it's in my box right now, waiting. Yeah, I'm a bit behind, but I'm picking up a few here and there. But I think it already came out. Oh, by the way, Computer Bots. That's Professor Pixel. That's Bat Pixel. That's in that just ran away.
We call him Pixel
It's
West.
a little too hot.
He looked like a Dick Tracy villain wearing a bat mask.
I picked this up at one of the last cons I went to, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw it on.
And if I didn't say it before, thank you again to Cumberbatch for the $2 super chat. Certainly appreciate it. Once again, not necessary to give super chats for your voice to be heard, but it is most appreciated. Also, there's a Ko-Fi link in the description if y'all don't mind helping out the channel. Don't also forget to click like and share in the whole 9 yards. Alrighty, that's the sell point there.
You want to repeat that?
What do you mean?
You just got another one.
Oh, I'm not scrolled down yet because I was going back. Okay, here we go. Is what's killing the children worth buying? The short answer is hell yeah. The longer answer is it is one of the better written independent comic books out there, and it's one of those that if you were on the ground floor, you're probably thanking God and kissing babies the whole 9 yards. But no, it is a really good, tense horror comic book. A lot of people are relating it to The Walking Dead. I know a lot of people have let the comic kind of go down in their memory because they don't like the TV show as much, but the comic book stayed solid all throughout its run. And Something is Killing the Children is absolutely the same. If you have not gotten the floppies, unless you're a rich man, it's probably a little bit out of the price range. I do recommend the trades. Incredible story. Incredible.
I was just saying,
absolutely.
So, yeah, the first issue is worth about $800 now. So
around then, I've seen some going. Hey Omar, tonight we're just hanging out and chatting. that I just needed to clear my head to do a get back into the world kind of thing. House of Slaughter to be starting in October, which there was a free comic book preview of, if you guys were lucky enough to pick it up on Free Comic Book Day. If you look for something fun and different to do, check out Warren and Annabelle's Magic Show. Oh, okay, there you go. I don't know what that's all about, but there you go. Get the trades for Sick. Is that father from Codename Kids Next Door? Wait, what?
Sick thing?
My profile picture. Yeah.
Oh.
Is that? I have no idea what I actually always thought that was your own drawing of you.
No, that's a character from Codename Kids Next Door.
That's Pixel as Hugh Hefner.
That's what I always thought.
The pipe and everything.
What is Sonichu?
I don't know, but I started reading a manga. It's called Tokyo Revengers.
Really good. Is that? It's a what is it? It's
Tokyo Revengers.
I
saw it first because it's actually really been released as an anime. But it deals with time travel. It's kind of like a butterfly effect. But a kid trying to save his the life of his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend.
Who's Chris Chan? What is Sonichu? I don't know what that is, in all honesty, Robert. I assume it. I saw it's a comic book. Looks like some sort of Sonic the Hedgehog sort of thing.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog fan fiction.
Okay, yeah, but yeah. I think there's more to it because Robert likes to troll a little bit. So.
Maybe Chris Chan is the guy that is now trans that apparently had an incident with his mother, if I'm getting the person correctly.
Yeah.
Is it an incident or an incident?
You're number 2.
I don't know, but we're being told.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm not promoting Marvel. I ain't promoting that either.
Sonichu is apparently supposed to be Sonic and Pikachu mashup. That's where it's Sonic, Spidey Slayer thing. But
manga is still king. I'm not Starfire. Nowhere in NPD book scan. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe an old dog needs to learn a couple of new tricks. I read Alita. I think that is about the most of my manga reading. I've seen a couple of cartoons. What do they call the
anime?
No, I know what anime just means animation. It's they got the giants and they're going around.
Attack of Titans?
Yeah, there you go. I read. I didn't read it. I saw that. I saw a couple episodes of that one. And I tried to watch One Punch Man on this channel, got shut down because I shared it out too much. So
ironic, the names are One Punch.
Yeah, One Punch. One episode they put me on suspension for 3 months because I showed too much of the TV show.
That was weird. I didn't see it for 3 months.
It was just the live streams. I was able to
the videos, but I mean like live because you were doing live streams all the time, and then like
that was different. So maybe I'll do some manga because it's just that time. I mean, let's face it, everybody's going there, and you know what? Nobody is digging on Marvel too much anymore, except for Eric. Eric's like, yeah, new Marvel.
You know what though? Not even close, but every once in a while I will, walk down the new comic aisle. Because there are days when there could be like a hostage situation in front of the new comics, and I wouldn't notice.
Yeah,
but I've noticed that the at least in the covers, the art is starting to get better. I've noticed it, and I saw interior art that Squirrel Girl's in a book, and they're drawing her like a cute girl again, and not a mongoloid.
Wow. Okay, so here's a hard question. Thank you very much to Cumberbatch for the $2 super chat saying, what's best current comic run title, not a manga? And yes, Pixel, if you want to say it, I will allow it, even though.
Okay, well, I will say right now, Amazing Fantasy that's being released by Marvel is really good. I've read
if you have to get a Marvel, Daredevil and/or Amazing Fantasy.
Is he only asking? He's asking. Yeah. All. So I would go with DC Flash.
I'll tell you this right here, Stillwater. I've been enjoying this since issue number 1. I recommend that. It's about a town that nobody ages. This guy goes he's traveling and ends up in the town, and he discovers that he's actually a child that was born in this town, and they want to keep him there because they don't want anybody to find out, since they're all basically immortal. So that one's been pretty good. I've enjoyed that one. We got this one from Eric, who's saying read Beckstar.
It's my new comic buying output, so I'm going to go with Beckstar.
All righty. I think DC Comics Suicide Squad. I just picked up the first issue of Suicide Squad Get Joker. I like that. But I'm also enjoying the regular series with a Peacemaker and everything, so I could recommend that. So that's been good. Has anybody read the first issue of what is it called? Batman Infinite Fear or something like that?
Fear State?
Yeah.
I read it. It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's more 5G stuff.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the book, and I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking I'm not missing anything apparently.
No.
So, yeah.
Venk, have you read Amber Blake yet? I know you bought it.
No, I haven't got a chance to read it.
I haven't read it yet either, but it looks really, really good, and I like the first series, so I have hope that will be good.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. I'm not getting a whole bunch of new stuff. Jules Verne. Say again.
Does Retro Fan count? With an article on the 60s Marvel cartoons. I'm current. Look.
Since we're showing.
Let's see what else everybody what other people have to say. Oh, Amazing Fantasy. That's from this last issue.
That's the first one. I have the second one too.
That's a variant cover, right?
Yeah, I got the first one. It was the only copy they had, but I prefer it, honestly.
Yeah, that is a good book. That is Amazing Fantasy is a good book. Gosh darn it! Stop. Oh, yeah, I got that one too. It was okay.
And I agree with that. Superman 78 is better.
I read the Superman 78, and the story is so good in Superman 78. The art is awful. The art is not good in that book, man. I wanted it to be good, but not so. Okay, so Tilliam saying King Spawn was good. Evil Black Cat is recommending Geiger. Firepower is probably the best ongoing title I'm picking up, says Zach. Hello to Zach. Flash and Infinite Frontier are great as well, says Zach. And I know, Venkman, you're a fan of the Flash.
Like I said, even though Josh Williamson left, the guy took over. He worried me a little bit. He had a little story, but it's been solid. You know, while he's back to being the Flash, you know, he's got a job working for Mr. Terrific. You know, it feels like I'm reading the Mark Waid run back in the day.
Wow, that is high praise indeed.
Like I said, I haven't read it in such a long time, but as far as the original run with Mark Waid, but I like the fact that while he's back to being happy, you know, it's kind of like they're like the whole Tom King and all that stuff, you know, whatever doesn't exist, you know, they're ignoring it. But
go on, Eric.
I was going to say, I do want to say, I want to commend, not that he needs any commendation from me, Todd McFarlane for doing what Marvel and DC steadfastly refuse to do, and that's give their fan base what they want. Yeah,
it's crazy talk.
Keeps $2.99 for his main title. He's creating a Spawn universe because Spawn appeals to the fans of the Carnages and Venoms and like Old Lobo, stuff like that. And I think he's capitalizing on that because I mean, Spawn has had a renaissance that I don't think I've seen anything like this in my 45 years. I mean, there was a good 15-year period where Spawn, I'm not gonna say was a joke, but if your LCS ordered more than 2, it was sheer hope that they could sell more than 2. Now you can't order enough. And good for it. I don't know what the actual numbers are or if they even calculate them anymore, but it's nice to see somebody actually give their fans what they want.
All right.
Yeah.
Undead Quinn is telling people to check out Sweet Paprika if you like dirty fun. LK is saying Firepower from the Main Man 2. Catwoman by Ram V. And let's see, what do we got? And that's what's being mentioned. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be getting, and I'm going to be reviewing Aquaman, the 80th page special, the 80th special, right? Okay. So I saw they have Jeff Johns in there. They don't have Peter frickin' David.
Jurgen's supposed to be in there too, I think, right?
Now a lot of people give a lot of credit to Jeff Johns for making him cool. Nah, guys, sorry. Peter David did that 20 years beforehand.
Yeah, and David Michelini did it 20 years before him. There
you go. And he's still kicking?
He's writing the second issue of Heroes Union.
There you go.
He won't get touched by Marvel or DC at this point, but
he too Republican?
No, I think he too old.
Ah, gotcha.
Because there's a little bit of that going around the big 2 as well.
And yeah, I did see that. And Maranya said she agrees with me that the Superman is brilliant story, bad art.
So what I'm going to say about Superman 78 art-wise, it's the person who did the art for Batman 66, and I think maybe his style just doesn't
fit.
It should fit. It should fit. But the thing is in Batman 66, it was more angular. They looked more human. It wasn't kind of this blobbish cartoon thing. It still had purpose. The art in Batman 66 still had purpose. So
now that Cumberbatch is taking the mantle from Evil Black Cat, I see he doesn't have a wrench.
That is true. Yes.
How ironic would it be if Evil Black Cat timed him out so he could go back to insulting me in the manner to which I am accustomed.
Yep. I think Peter David is on exclusive contract with Marvel, says Evil Black Cat. Yeah, and that is something actually oh shit. Hey, it's a back issue. Maestro. Check out the Maestro trades or something, I guess. I don't know.
If you're looking for old stuff, I've been following in Eric's footsteps. I've been getting these. These are the old kind of like Vampirella stuff magazines for $6, and they're basically anthology stories. So it started back in March. They've been releasing them one at a time. So it's kind of cool. You're getting the magazine stuff, the old stuff, like the old they used to do in the 70s.
I got some back issues too, but I'm not going to own. Hopefully, I won't own them by the end of tomorrow night.
So, but here's the Amber Blake one.
Oh, nice.
Venkman, I am proud. I'm so proud of you right now.
Are you proud, Mark? Well, hold on, because I have one more you might like. This is one for you, Breen.
Oh, I know. I saw your tweet. I
love this. It has the Twinkies ads in here and all the gimmicks and all the stuff they used to do in the 70s. It even has quizzes in here they used to release in the books in the 70s.
I mean, they're starting to run low on ideas, but
that is cool.
They did a couple issues. One was TV tie-ins, and then TV Tunes tie-ins. And Your Legend is spreading because Yul Carter sent me a tweet and said, I see you made the cover a back issue. It was Flintstone.
But like I said, this is $10. The other ones I had up here are like $6.
Yeah.
And you're getting the same amount.
There you go. That just shows that when you're friends, respect does not exist. Because I've been trying to get back issue Breen to pop, but nope. But you looking like Fred Flintstone, that stuck with you. So yes, I do have a couple of back issues that I've got, and so let's see, Justice Society. Let me turn off this green screen real quick just for this.
Oh yeah,
I got this Justice Society set, so that's complete. Oh, and then I got this Justice Society set right here.
Nice.
And that's there's two of them, I guess. This one that's complete, and then I've got this Justice Society set. And if you like the Justice Society, here we have the Justice America versus the Justice Society.
That was a great series.
It's an incredible series, one of my favorite of all time. Switching things up a little bit. I don't have the Justice Society, but I do have JSA All Stars. And this miniseries right here does have the first appearance of Courtney Smith as Stargirl. Because somebody recommended it.
Sweet.
Got the original Hawk and Dove miniseries. So that's going to be there.
Quick shout out to Graphic Man. Hello.
Not the Justice Society, but JLA. It's called The Age of Wonder. It's the set of that.
Cool.
And then have a miniseries called The Justice Society versus Cobra. All right.
Zach's like, good Lord, is he gunning for me tomorrow night? Isn't he? Well, Zach, are you able to bid tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Other older books I've got.
I saw that.
You saw this already? Yes,
I did.
We got
my back issue sense went off.
We got the mini series, or the series within a series. This is Power Girl's first run, her first solo book in Showcase.
Nice.
There you go. So we got all three of those. And because tomorrow's auction will be not just JSA, it's going to be Legion of Superheroes centric. This is the very first issue of Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes.
Cool. With Timber Wolf.
Yeah. We do have the Resurrection of Lightning Lad.
Cool.
So we got some Silver Age Legion of Superheroes, as well as the very first appearance of Element Lad. So we do have some Legion of Superheroes fun as well. So that's going to be tomorrow night at the auction, gang, if y'all want to join us. There's a whole bunch of other books as well. Not as much Marvel as usual, but
and if you're not convinced, but you can find cool stuff at his auction.
Yeah, you did get that there, huh? I remember that.
Man.
That's the reproduction, correct?
No, that's the original.
That's an original issue, man.
Okay.
1980.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was doing my project for this week was going through all the magazines.
Mm-hmm.
We have more Vampirellas than I thought.
Yeah,
really?
I dig on the Vampirellas. If I can get Vampirella inexpensively, that would be awesome.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, if you can, let us know.
All righty, I will. Let's see. Oh, those
He's gonna get it
nice.
and mark it up.
Those will be on tomorrow's auction, LK. So how much should I send you tonight for that JSA set? $10. It's getting that's what I paid for it. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Did you recently got Origins of Marvel Comics and Son of Origins off eBay? Those have got to be worth some. Oh, they are.
Who got that? No, so who just picked those up?
That's Cumberbatch.
Oh man, good pickups. I got those when they came out as a kid. I inherited them from my brother when he was in the comics for about 9 months. When he quit, he just gave them to me. And that was the best Christmas present I ever got. And it wasn't Christmas.
Wow. Death of Bouncing Boy. Cumberbatch, that would be when Brian Michael Bendis came in and destroyed the Legion of Superheroes. Yeah, and now he's gunning for VENKMAN with that Power Girl series.
I I just learned that there was a bouncing boy, and now he's gone.
Well,
I learned something tonight.
Wait, did they actually kill off Bouncing Boy?
You just said Bendis did, so.
Oh well, no, Bendis killed off the freaking Legion. I now have to live in a world where there's an iteration of the Legion of Superheroes I will not read a second issue of. This has never happened. Never. This just doesn't happen to me. It never freaking happened, and I am such a huge fan of Legion of Superheroes. And
well, yeah, I'm as you all know, I am a positive person. Look at it as
Since when?
Since tomorrow. Now,
hot death.
let's go with me on this. You got 60 plus years of quality Legion. To ask for more would just be selfish.
I disagree.
So think of the 60 great years.
Yeah.
you know what?
That doesn't appear to be working.
Think of how spoiled you are that you got those books at all.
Well, you know what? I think that it could be fun to go back and read over them, the ones that I actually did like and love and such. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. What was it? I think John Delaraz, he kind of introduced me to some website talking about the omnibuses and the big collections and all that. I'm going to check on that, see if I can't find anything Legion of Superheroes. That should be good. 60 great years that all takes place in the future. Very positive, says Graphic Man. Good stuff, man. Seriously, I am a big fan of the Legion of Superheroes. Not so much the Brian Michael Bendis.
I always like it when you read books in the 70s. It's like, takes place in the future. What? 1990s.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Terminator has already happened. And so has Escape from New York.
Well,
yeah, Back to the Future.
In comics, terms, when Spider-Man had the Salem adventure and team up in 76, his next two team ups were Deathlock and Killraven, and they were set in 1990 and 2019. Now, if you want, does anybody else feel old now? I know I do.
Well, you bought those books when they came on the show.
Yes, I did.
I remember when Iron Man 2020 had Cities in the Sky. Yep.
Where are those flying cars?
I know. By the way, I did get into an argument with somebody because they're like, it's 2015. They should be making the flying cars. I'm like, no, we should have gotten flying cars in 2005. By 2015, there was a working roadway rules and people were treating it like it was no big deal. So this means this happened a long time ago. The flying car thing we should have gotten by the latest by 2005. They really dropped the ball.
I really don't want it because I've seen like all the rich people live top and all the poor people are at the bottom. No, thank you.
Yeah, considering some of the shit ass drivers I've seen around here, I don't want people to have access to aircraft.
Drunk driver goes into a building, takes out the building.
Yeah, at least now we got these self-driving cars. I don't know.
Sometimes I think I make it too easy for Black Cat.
I saw that the Christmas joke.
Yes.
For someone who experienced every Christmas, that being the best high praise by Eric Breen.
Well, he missed a few Christmases. He doesn't remember those.
So, yeah, Graphic saw this the other day, but check this out.
Maverick.
Hold on, I wanna get that front and center. Is
that
sweet?
Is that Mel Gibson? No, sorry, Steve.
What's the price on that? 40?
48.
48? Wow.
It could easily go in this condition. It could easily go for 3 figures, but I'm just
get them out the door.
Yeah, there's this term that we came up with. It's we don't want museum pieces.
Yeah. I see a lot of comics like that. Yeah,
because this is, I mean, if you put that up there one more time real quick, I mean, this, you have to look hard to find a flaw. It is in really, really good shape.
And what issue is that?
It's 4-color comics. 8.
No, I mean, would that be the first of Maverick?
No, it's the first Maverick, but yeah, it's issue 892. But, and there's the other 2 are in there somewhere too, and there was Oh, and so, oh well, I might as well show another book or two since I've got the
Show the Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
To your right.
Here's one.
Nice. Oh, that's Paul Newman.
Yes, it is. Here's a pretty nice Zorro.
I want to go to there.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue.
That's nice. That's a really good copy too.
It is. It's got a big crease there, and then here's an action pose for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Maverick is one of my favorite Western TV shows.
This came in a collection that we picked up that we looked through some of the boxes, made the offer, and I guess this one it was a short box, and we didn't notice it, and I took it home, and there's about 160, 170 books. One of them was younger than me. There you go, Evil Black Cat. Run with that one.
Okay, well, I would like to say thank you very much to Cumberbatch for the $5 super chat, saying they are doing a tabloid edition, treasury size, hardcover Legion of Superheroes, Saturn Girl, and Lightning Lad wedding in February 2022.
Yeah, that originally was a treasury. It was one of the DC limited collector's editions.
My comic shop has both of them, and I want both of them. So thank you very much for the, once again, thank you very much for the super pot. That's what you get when you're talking and reading at the same time, right? Thank you very much for the super chat, Cumberbatch. All right, there you go. That's
forget about Black Cat. Look at Graphic Manson.
Been knocked off that old lady and took her books.
Yeah, that was mentioned a couple times the other night. I mean, I had to show something. I mean, you wouldn't believe. Like I said, Strange Life whips out 1 through 14 of Amazing Adventures into Amazing Fantasy. Then he brought out the good stuff. Dr. Silver Age went from Journey into Mystery, I think 124, backed it up all the way to 83.
Wow.
Then Graphic started showing Journey into Mysteries pre-Thor. Then a bunch of Marvel Tales. It was amazing. It just, like I said, I just thanked them for letting me come on and drool.
My comic shop, they aren't great copies, but my comic shop just got 2 copies of Monkeys #1. So, yeah, they're not the greatest in the world, but I can get them now. I'll at least have a copy of it for about $10.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm kind of happy on that one. Plus, they also have an issue #2 that doesn't have writing all over it. So I'm looking forward to getting that.
I have to go back and look at mine because the last time I was there, they had, I think they might have had a Monkeys, but they also had Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger's good.
Yeah.
I also like the Davy Crockett's and such. I'm a big fan of like old Dell comics. Excuse me. And the photo pictures, the TV stuff.
You've got to. You need to join us on a Wednesday.
I'm too
Because
young.
I said there's no. You wish you were too young. Yeah. If I didn't specify, yeah. Graphic had the Journeys and the Marvel Tales. I mean, he's got an amazing collection of those and Dells and Gold Keys. We have a guy whose name is Gold Key Geezer that's supposed to be joining us next week. But I said, we told Graphics that he's we're either gonna have to move the stream to Gratu's channel, or he's gonna have to pony up because it turns out there's a lot more than 6 fossils. Our legion is growing.
Shout out to Gratu. He showed up on I Love Puppets that day.
Yeah, I thanked him on the stream the other night and
that was cool.
Promoted you guys.
Thank you.
I do want to get the treasury. But the thing is, a lot of the books, if I get some Dells or anything like that, it's going to go into the auction. I don't do a lot of comic book, like literal comic book collecting. I figured if I'm going to collect anything, I like those telephone books that they used to put out. The Showcase Presents the Marvel Essentials. I am so tempted to try to get my Legion of Superheroes back, but that's a huge freaking collection, man. That starts way back in the 1950s. Thankfully, though, there's a start and a stop time to every one of those things because they never let Legion of Superheroes go too far in one title.
Well, yeah, I said, and who's to say? Yeah, you're probably smarter than us, but boy, it does make for some nice show and tell.
It really does.
We got guys my age or close to, or in one case even older, that didn't have to sell their collection like I did, but to borrow a term that was popular in those days, even if I still had my collection, these guys have mine beat all hollow. It's just, Strange Life just goes back to. I'm surprised he didn't whip out that old buck thing you talked about.
No,
wouldn't surprise me if you had that.
Yeah. By the way, what Eric's talking about is I did a history of comics, and it was the very first, from what we understand to be the oldest. I can't say very first, but the oldest comic book in existence that we know of right now. And it's on this channel. It's called The Adventures of Mr. Old Buck. So please check that out, as well as a video I did on occult. What is this? F something. I'm having a hard time remembering the name, but he's also the creator of the Yellow Kid and Buster Brown, a whole bunch of platinum characters as well. So informative, fun. Let's see. He's just a babe in the woods. Well, in some circles. Tilliam saying, I love to go to my local comic store, but the stuck-up politician loves his lockdown fetishes, says to Hilliam. Yikes. My favorite comic shop, says trusty sidekick, closed his doors after 25 years. Damn. Cumberbatch collects original art. There's a bunch of Legion omnibuses. There is. I did not know that. I will have to look for those.
Oh yeah, I assumed you knew that.
No.
And they've done hardcovers from in the 200s. There's been 2 or 3 of them that do about 15 issues at a time. There were those archives. In fact, there are more Legion archives than any book in that series.
Yeah, the archives get very expensive on the higher numbers.
Yeah, unfortunately, I said the ones that we didn't find at Ollie's, they make up for the money we saved there in the back end.
Let's see. Legion of Superheroes 5 years later omnibus. It's out of print. So what is it being sold for? $175.
Ooh,
yikes.
I thought I was going to guess 200 because, those.
Let's see. Legion of Superheroes Silver Age omnibus number 1 for $80. Number 3 for $77. Number 2 for $51. Holy
That's a good deal.
Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes Volume 1 for $40. And what do you reprint, my friend? It is saying right here. Legion of Superheroes archives include Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes 234 to 240, all new collector's edition C55, and DC Superstars number 17. Huh.
Now those were when they were double size, and I think the Treasury was the wedding.
Yeah, but it's number 1, so why would it not begin at 197?
Well, that's a good question. Why do they do 5 volumes of something, have 4 spines identical, and the 5th one different? They're goofy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There really is no rhyme or reason.
He said he was looking for a Gold Key Geezer appearance as Graphic Man. All righty. I have Silver Age 1 and 2. That's enough for me, says Cumberbatch. They're fun and silly. And they are. The older Legion especially is very, very much filled with what I've termed Silver Age silliness. That it's what keeps some people away and what draws some people to it. It's just goofy fun. It's the kind of thing that's like, oh my gosh, this asteroid is coming to Earth. I, Superman, will push this planet away. Woo! Okay, now I'll wrap this chain around it and drag it back.
Hercules did that with the Island of Manhattan in Marvel Team Up 28. So how far-fetched is that?
There you go. Right.
But yeah, we talk about that. But if you're a lifer in this hobby, I found that I can take, we need to come up with a term for golden age. When you have Silver Age silliness, Bronze Age buffoonery,
Golden Age goofy.
There you go, Golden Age goofiness. Yeah, all of it. The only thing I said, so and look at them as pieces of comic book history. I can't say that about this modern age because
they're very
because this is the message age, and I said it's not a universal message. We can't agree on what to order at a restaurant, let alone so that there's. I don't care what your political bent is. You were fine with comics for X amount of years. It's only now that we're enlightened that we're going back and retroactively being offended by a lot more stuff than the few things we legitimately should be.
Yeah.
But it still is history. But the modern stuff, like I said, when it's just enough that the character is gay or a minority or whatever, and there's no there's no there's no reason to go back and read them once they become back issues because there's, like I said, they're empty suits.
Look at DC now; they can't decide. Do we want Bruce as Batman, or we're going to replace him with that Jace Fox guy, or we're going to have two Batmans? Is Bruce going to step down? It's just there's so many freaking Robins in the family, and like it's the point where I'm like, all right, just give me Elseworlds. I'll read that. It doesn't matter at all. I'd rather just read an Elseworlds than to read the main title because the main title is just pointless because it's like you already showed us that they killed them off in Future State, and now they're starting from the beginning, leading up to that. Is that like, oh, we just lied. We said last minute we're just gonna get rid of this other guy because we had Batwing. DC is such. It's like they have three people just trying to write stories, and they're like, oh, I want to do mine. Well, I'm gonna do mine. I don't care. It's just like where's the editor?
They're overly earnest, and yeah, they seem to be rudderless. They seem to be aimless as well. Earnest and aimless is not a good combination here, right, Pixel?
Trusty had a good comment.
I was about to say, whenever I went to MegaCon, Jim Shooter was there, and he was talking about his time at Marvel. Yeah, and he was saying how when he was there at that time, that the creators were very possessive of their characters. They cared about their characters enough to fight for them with other creators when they're talking about, no, this one would totally be Spider-Man can beat the Hulk with this, and this. And he talks about how silly that could be. And his first reaction was grow up, but then he realized, no, don't, because that's what's important. I think a lot of creators now don't have that. You're absolutely right. They're aimless. They are assigned books, and ultimately they work on them for as long as the company really wants them to. Then they just move on.
Here's the difference. When E and I were kids reading this stuff, it didn't matter who was writing Batman, who was writing Superman, Spider-Man, pick a character. They were going to have the same feel because there was a template to work from. This is what this character is. This is what they do. This is how they sound, blah, blah, blah. Now, modern writers just write themselves as those characters. And that's the difference between then and now, with very few exceptions.
I want to, if I am allowed to sidetrack a little bit, because we were talking about Robert Venditti earlier.
No.
Well, okay.
He was also, by all means, Robert Venditti. We can praise him all day long. Yeah.
Right.
He talked about how he was not a big comics fan. The most experience he had with superheroes was Superman 78, Superman the movie. That was the closest he came for years. It wasn't until he was in his late 20s that he got involved in reading comic books. And I think that is why he's one of those creators that we can respect. The others came into the industry probably at a younger age, and I think maybe that kind of built themselves up. Oh, look, I was so good I got into comics, and they have a superiority complex. And I think that's why creators like Robert Venditti, they can seem much more down to earth at times, because this is something that they're finding now. And apparently I kicked England.
If that's the case, that's a modern phenomenon, because Jerry Conway was practically writing half of the Marvel line at 22. But back then, the industry was a lot. Think about it. If you're talking about 1972, that 72 to now are more years than 72 was to the first Superman. So, yeah, I said it's just back then. And also, if you were 22 in 1972, you had a lot more life experience than a 22-year-old does today, because chances are that 22-year-old today grew up doing what we're doing right now and not out in the world experiencing life.
Who needs life? We got comic books.
Yes. Hey, Skip.
What's up, Brody Mullets?
That's a part of that. That's a part of the problem. And Jim Shooter, going back to what he was talking about whenever I was there, he says that writers nowadays, most of them, they don't provide escapism. That's not their goal anymore. They don't seek to entertain, and that's the problem. He says, even if you believe in the message you're reading in modern comics today, and it's just pushing that, it's still propaganda, and nobody likes that. And he's absolutely on point. It's very disheartening, because like there are some good books that are being put out right now that I do enjoy. But
I do wonder though, if I may interject, about the whole editor stuff. You can put blame on the editors, but if the editors be told about the higher ups, people who actually pay everything, write the paychecks, the editors might be like, either you fall in line, do we want, or we'll get somebody else. We can replace you.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah,
Venk. It's the both companies have a message that they want to convey. Daniel Cherry is an activist. He's a self-proclaimed activist. His Twitter page has a rainbow flag with a Black Lives Matter fist going through it. So that's what he's bringing to the company. And again, whether you agree with both of those or not, that the idea of comics is not to be exactly what's going on in real life. It is that escapism that made this hobby great for decades, but unfortunately those days are over. The purpose of the comic book industry now, at least as it pertains to the main two, is to help to inform the reader what your beliefs should be.
Okay. And
that before the old comics have always been political. That is true, but it was also it would present the incident, and they would tell you, they would present it from both sides and let the reader decide what they wanted to, whether they agree with it or not. Now they're only presenting one side, and they're telling you either agree or, like Kelly Sue says, don't buy my books.
Exactly. I want to address some comments here. John, again, I'll just call you John O, because I don't it's pronounced Edding. The O is silent, but yes. Or any of the other companies like Image or anything else, are they gone woke as far as following Marvel and DC, or are they still safe to buy from? I would say it varies. I mean, as far as I know, Image has some controversial stuff in there. Dynamite has had some stuff where they went a little bit woke, but then with the Red Sonja, with Mark Russell, it really varies. And I'll just say this: if you recognize the writers on the books that are very political, the best bet is to stay away from that writer. I'm not saying you can't just gander into it. Maybe like, hey, maybe it's changed. Because that's my hope with the Spider-Man stuff. Maybe it's gonna get better. But it does and it doesn't. That's personal opinion. But I would say Boom Studios I think has been doing some good stuff. Skybound, I haven't seen anything from them.
You look at the work, and again, in an indie book, if the creator owns the character, do what you want. There's a book from Image, I think it's called Home, that's just pure propaganda. It's pure open borders propaganda. But that they're not taking characters, they're not using Spider-Man or Superman to tell that story.
No,
they're using their own characters. If that's your thing, then you've got a book for you,
right?
But if you don't, you just move on to the next one. So, and I have no problem with that, because like I said, it's they can do what they want with their own characters.
And I personally have seen some weird stuff. Like Greg Rucka, if you guys were reading comics back in 2019, he did that Lois Lane 12-issue miniseries completely against Trump and policies, Orange Man ban, immigration. But then you see him over an Image writing his own book. It's called Lazarus. It has none of that. It's so weird. It's like it almost makes me think that he just writes it for DC because DC will give him a paycheck.
And I think DC in 2019, I'm sure he had no problem going along with it, because he even said
he does have TDS.
He stopped writing after the election.
Yeah,
but again, talking about there were certain ways, certain characters, back in the day, Lois Lane was established as a Republican.
Yeah,
and
Clark was Democrat.
But that doesn't matter now. Well, Clark was more of a, more like a bleeding heart liberal because of
centrist maybe.
Yeah,
yeah.
Again, but now Greg Rucka, Lois Lane was a self-insert, which seems kind of odd considering he's a dude. But that was him. That was him putting his political slant on the character he was writing.
So,
you can take an R5. We're doing
fine.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, that was.
I would like to welcome Engleting to our stream.
Thank you.
Have you on.
Are you are you in a storm where you are, Pixel?
No, you.
Pixel.
We just had a big old brownout, and it turned the computer off, so everything's freaking slow loading and everything to get back on.
You got to realize that Pixel is the storm.
I am the storm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have profile pictures on you or Eric right now, or trusty sidekick Brody Mullet.
That's weird.
Yeah.
LK, Skip and Tosh. What's up, guys? How you doing? Ethereal Dragons in the house as well. Cool.
Yeah, we're just
I left and we got more people. I'll go. You guys have a great time.
No, don't worry, they left again.
We're just late. You're already here. I don't know if you caught what we're talking about the industry as far as their policies and stuff, like comparing to the big two. Like I said, it's because we get asked by Joe. He was asking, is the other anything outside of Marvel 2, are they basically like being woke? Signs of wokeness? And I said it varies, but there's a lot of writers I've noticed. Like I put out Rucka. On DC, he wrote that crappy Lois Lane book. It was just Orange Man bad, everything.
Yeah.
And then you see him outside of stuff. He's like, he wrote Lazarus. Lazarus, you don't see that in there. At the end, though, you saw in the back, because he's been writing since 2012, 13. He has a thing where he talks about stuff. He did mention the whole election, all stuff on 2016 election, but he doesn't really put it into the actual artwork, the actual story, which I like. And somebody else just said he's writing another book, Stumptown. Skip Tosh said it's a nice modern crime noir, and he said it's good. So it's just weird. It's like
it's got its identity politics.
I don't want to say like I kind of do and don't like. If you see someone who's writing a lot of identity politics in books, don't buy their books, but check them outside of the Marvel and DC. If you see them writing their own stuff, see if they're different, because it might be the case where it's just Marvel and DC have their own narrative that you want to work with us. Greg Rucka, you've been around, cool. You play ball, we'll give you a paycheck. You don't, buy. It's because obviously we've had other creators. Chuck Dixon, they're not going to hire him back because he's openly a conservative. Mike Barron, they're not going to want him back. I don't think Mike Barron even really wants to go back at this point.
No, and I don't think Chuck Dixon does either. You reach a point where it's so far gone at this point. It's like you run into a girl you used to date seriously or whatever, and she's a man now or something, and it's changed so much that you don't recognize what you left. And that's kind of, at least that's how I look at the big two at this point, that there's just nothing to go back to.
I think it's funny though, because I left at the whole the brand new day and all that stuff, because I was only really reading Spider-Man and some other titles. It just all new, all different Marvel. It just like put a sour taste. I'm like, I'm done. So I left. I didn't come back to comics until 2019. You know where I went first? The Flash, which I really wasn't reading that much DC back in the day, but I read more DC stuff than I actually read Marvel these days. It's like DC is like the younger brother. I want to be just like my older brother. I'm gonna start copying them. I want to be just like them. So now I'm kind of moving away from DC and going to more like Boom Studio. I've been reading some of the Image stuff, IDW, just anything that isn't like, hey, you're a straight white male. You know, you're the automatic bad guy always. Because Mark Russell would do that. For his Red Sonja, he'd always have the old white king or wizard is the evil guy, and Red Sonja has to kill him. It's like, you can have other people be villains. You can have women be villains.
It's done before. It's kind of like the old 1970s, 80s cartoons where the hero always fought the very same villain.
Yeah.
That way they could reuse the animation. But nowadays, there you go. It's also what you saying?
Let's say real close. You know that list I have you make of people that I'm going to have to, deal death to at some point because I can't remember all the names. Add Brody to that.
Brody?
Yep.
Alrighty. Huh.
No.
Whoa, that's a bad comment. That's a low blow. Like
that's cold, brother.
That is harsh.
That's not even like, that's just straight up. Damn. Yeah. There you go.
That's Marvel says nice things about him compared to that.
Yeah, I know, right? Come on. I think he was just using that as an example. Allegedly. Will there be any treasuries? Not tomorrow. As a matter of fact, the last time I did have a treasury last week, it didn't sell. I don't know if I want to put any of my Marvel treasuries up.
Every $100 purchase gets a bag of Jolly Ranchers.
At Cumberbatch, no, I didn't, but I did date a girl that eventually killed her husband. Does that get me in the ballpark?
Holy Toledo! That's something.
What is this conversation now?
Well, I lived in a neighborhood. Y'all might have heard about this one. I lived in the neighborhood. There was a mom who killed her children and then stuffed them in the mattress to hide them. That happened around the corner from my house at one point, and that is not something you want to live. I mean, first of all, yeah, horrible. A lot of us, we knew the kids, and because my kids were the same age as hers, and we're like, I would have taken care of them. They were beautiful children. Like they were very well behaved, and it's like, what the hell? If you needed a day off, there's like everybody in the neighborhood. But when that kind of stuff does happen, it gets freaking crazy in your neighborhood. The kind of thing where it's like,
I don't know, Skip, if you're still here, I know Skip writes stuff. Skip, can you do the story like a Lifetime, like a murder story with Breen and women just want, you can turn that whole entire thing, turn it into a story. Put Breen as the central character fighting for his life.
Okay, for those of you who have made it, 1 hour and 13 minutes into the live stream, when this gets posted, do me a favor, recommend your favorite, let's say 5 anime, or what do they call it, manga, that I could check out. Okay. I asked this once before and everybody just told me everything. If you're recommending 50 titles, you're not recommending anything.
No.
So yeah, but I would love to hear what are 5 titles I should check out. And this old dog, like I said, will learn some new tricks, and I'll check out.
Do you want manga included in that?
No, that's what I'm saying. Manga,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is for this channel or the other one. I'll read and I'll do some reviews.
Venkman, is there a Bible Black manga?
Maybe a Comixology. You just go to Google searching, look for Bible Black, and maybe they have it for sale.
Yeah.
Well, and screen share it right now while you're doing it.
Yeah, let's not do that. Oh, Vank.
I personally still say if you're looking for right now they have English translations on through Comixology. They have the Tokyo Revengers series.
The Tokyo Avengers?
Tokyo Revenger.
Tokyo
Revengers.
Revenger.
Yeah, Revengers, yeah. That's at the end.
Tokyo Revenger. Let me see what's going on here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, one time before this, I asked for recommendations, and like one person gave me 100 titles. I'm like, no.
I'll just say I've been reading this, reading the story, the mangas,
Tokyo
just like
Revenger.
just like I read The Walking Dead. You know, I just couldn't stop reading it. It's an awesome series. Skip says, I'm down. I could get away with the rest of my life just writing stories with Breen as protagonist. And every story ends with Breen realizing his venture made him miss the Dodgers game.
I'm watching Dodgers right now.
It reminds me of Kolchak. He's trying to listen to the Cubs game. Kolchak, there's one episode, I forgot which one it's called, but he was trying to
get to the World Series. It was
the World Series.
About the UFOs.
Yeah, the UFO one. Yeah.
Yeah, they will be, or something like that. But every time I think of that, I keep mixing that up with Bret Hart's catchphrase.
The best there is. Oh man, there you go. You can just do a Kolchak series, but have Breen as the star.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that girl, that was national news, by the way. That was a national news story. 100, or what was it? What was the show that the ABC equivalent of 60 Minutes? I think they did a story on
Dateline?
No, it
2020.
2020. There you go. Thank you.
Baba Wawa.
Yeah, it was a made-for-TV movie plot right out of Central Casting.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to think as far as it really wins. What do you enjoy as far as genre? As far as I know you like certain stuff like Legion of Superheroes. So you like fantasy, comedy.
No. The one things I don't care for, like Warhammer 5000 and Final Fantasy kind of stuff. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. I played Dungeons and Dragons. I'm good. I don't need to read about it. But if it's good, it's good.
Well, I've been told by people that people love fairy tale.
Okay. Classroom of the Elite, My Hero Academia, Fire Force, Death Note, and Dr. Stone, says to Hillam.
Oh wow.
But as far as genre, I'm good with anything, but I don't want to read yaoi. My daughter already played that joke on me.
What about Yuri? You like that?
I don't want to read anything like that, nor am I interested in romance, slice of life shit. So, yeah. But there you go.
My Hero Academia, that's action
that's on the top of the list. Yeah, probably.
To me, Tokyo Revengers is kind of similar to that. The main protagonist doing whatever he can just to change the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, fun times. Good times to be had, I guess.
Or you could read back issues.
Which I do.
Manga? Yeah.
I'm going to take this moment to say hi. My name's Pixel. I don't care about manga at all.
Alrighty, but
I've tried, but I am one of those that I just can't get into it.
So I'm going to be doing a review of the Black Panther Fights the KKK issues. Based on a meme that I saw that pops up every freaking year at some point in time. Going to be talking about that and the relationship with the meme. I've got in plans the Superman porn issue.
Evil Black Cat, how dare you?
There's going to be, I'm going to talk about, I've been reading What Ifs for Wednesdays. I'm going to be bringing that back. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, by the way, I actually got a basketball manga. Cumberbatch is saying Cindy a volleyball manga.
Oh, my gosh.
It's in Thai, though. Outlaw Star, Full Metal, Kenshin, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop. You're welcome, says Emerald. Yeah, I can't read all of them at the same time. That's one of the reasons why I say keep it down to like 5, because then I can read them all, and any repeats, I'll be like, okay, well, obviously this is something that everybody loves. Let me check that out. And I've got to just make it known that I am not an anime reader, so this is my first foray into these particular stories.
Well, you can't read anime, but you can watch it.
Why can't you read?
You know what he meant.
Oh,
I know.
okay, I get it. Okay, yeah, I was commissioned to do the Alita Battle Angel, so I read that first chapter, I guess the first book. That was fun.
Ooh, I would say check out Akira.
But I read it. I found a copy of it that was in the right direction, so that's my preferred if it could be possible.
Spidey, he's not old enough to be considered a boomer.
Who?
You.
No, I'm Generation X.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The new
boomers.
boomers.
But my parents are boomers. That's that's even Eric isn't a boomer.
You know, there's 2 generations of boomers.
No, I think I am.
You
By
think
2 years.
you
Yeah,
fall into it?
I think it's 46 to 64.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was literally a baby.
Yeah.
At the end of the boomers.
You're literally a boom baby. But no, I'm Gen X. Let's Lagoon has terrific artwork, but it's not available in English. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Ghost in the Shell. I actually like Ghost in. You know, I'm one of the few people I know that like that movie with Scarlett Johansson too.
I like it too.
I thought it was entertaining. I remember watching the original anime. I was a projectionist when the original movie came out in the 90s, and I watched it. I was like, it was all right. It's boring.
You know what the major complaint was, though?
slow.
Do you remember that crap? The major complaint was because she's a Japanese girl, and now she's a white girl.
Yeah, well, I do remember them also going around. One video has someone going around Japan asking Japanese people, "Do you like Ghost in the Shell?" Yes. Well, this is the actress that they're going to get to play so and so and so and so. What do you think? Oh, she's very beautiful. I think she'll do a very good job. I know her. She is very good. That was the action. That was the reaction to Scarlett Johansson playing in Ghost in the Shell. These people need to you know what? Don't use their language. Don't talk their talk. Tell them to shut the fuck up. It's done. We have let them affect us. I think that's the one main thing. We have let them affect us. Not doing it anymore. It's a legal alien, not a legal immigrant. We tried a legal immigrant. The freaking far leftists got confused about what real immigration is. So I'm not using illegal immigrant anymore. I'm not using them. Just told Bean on Twitter. I don't know who follows her, but she sent something out. It's, these pro-choice people. I know it's pro-abortion. Long time ago,
yeah,
they changed the dialogue so they could change the argument. Not doing that anymore. You're not for choice. We know they're not for choice. They're for abortion. I'm not getting into that particular argument. All I'm saying is that we have done their language thing. It's over with me. It's over. I'm done. You know what? If Mags wants to be called Mags, okay. But until that thing gets sawed off, you're a he. Done.
VENKMAN, give evil another demerit.
What did he say now? Oh, since it, wow.
See,
Eric,
I thought when E said he was a projectionist at the original, I thought he would say something like, that I was a kaleidoscope operator.
Yes,
it was a catch. Okay.
Video.
Well, Brian, that's not true. You actually helped Galileo.
Ooh, that's close.
Brody is bringing up the what is called Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson. She plays an alien that absorbs humans, and yes, she is naked a lot in that movie.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, but
I know what it's about.
But it was the Marvel movies that sexualized her.
Right, yeah. Jesse Jackson came up with the African American. That was a horribly divisive term. It really is. why would you ever put anything in front of the American? It amazes me. God dang it. Here we go into politics. It amazes me at how many young black people I see and older black people I see that has actually allowed dumbass people to convince them this isn't their country.
Yeah.
It amazes me. And how many successful black people are telling poor black people that they can't become a success in America. And how many dumbasses are going, hey, she's right. No. Look at Oprah Winfrey last year did it. You know what? We got to get into something. Let's talk about comics because I am too pissed off. By the way, for those of you who don't know, my aunt died. I got that news yesterday, as well as news that my other one, the one that raised me, is not doing too well. So, what were you showing off there, Eric?
Oh, I just grabbed the first book. It was nothing special. It was a Space Family Robinson.
It was a pacifier.
Well, this is also a good book. If you guys haven't been checking out Betty Page, it's Betty Page, Curse of the Banshee. They use her international modeling career as a way of having her be a spy. So it's very fun, very campy. I also picked up the Barbarella. Love the cover.
Can we see the interior of this book?
Yeah. I mean, it's more cartoonish than the
outside.
Well,
yeah, because people think like, oh, look at the covers, and then the inside is just like.
Well, even the cover, I get the cartoon cover. Sometimes I'll get.
But the art. My point is the art's good, unlike Marvel DC, where if you got a pinup cover, it would be Carl Manvers in the inside.
Yeah, that is true.
Now I heard that the first Barbarella series was not good. Is the second one any better?
This one is okay.
Average?
Yeah, it's very average. The Betty Page is better, I think. I only read the Barbarella Christmas special before, which is a video on, I think, both channels now. I Love Comics and Old Man Comics. I do like to put the videos back out every Christmas because I love doing Christmas comics. That's a thing. I might even do Halloween comics this week or this month, or anyway. But the thing is what I was getting on. I got some bad news, and I am ready to fight. I am mad at the world right now, and I want to fight someone. My wife is very, very good about calming me down a lot. So I don't want to get into politics because I will say a lot of.
Yeah, I'll try to steer back to comics.
Yeah, cool. That's why I'm pointing out these things.
Your sites, I don't know if that's the right word. The access you have to do you have access to any of the old Dells?
Let's see. No, I actually lost my. I had one of those external memory things, and it had every Dell, every Harvey, every Charlton, and unfortunately, I can't get anything off of it anymore. If you guys know how that can be done, please tell me. But unfortunately, I don't have as good of an access. But what are you specifically talking about?
Oh, 'cause I thought you were talking about around Christmas time. You're going over one of those like Dell Christmas with type things.
Yes,
I've picked up a few of those, and there's a lot of fun. I mean, there's perfectly innocent fun.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to go over some of those. Oh, by the way, I just I found that I did have a disc of Richie Rich. Oh, what is that? Oh,
Phantom.
That is good. Harvey.
No, Harvey
Hits. That's a Harvey Hits. That
Number
is
6.
Awesome. That is a sweet looking book, my friend. Was that 50?
19, 15.
$15?
Yeah. Yeah, again, it's
bidding begins as soon as Melania says go.
I had never seen a copy of a book from this series, so I had no idea how expensive they were. But
I never heard of Harvey Hits.
Honestly, I'm not sure I had either, because if you see this in a store, it's going to be filed under Phantom. because very few people know there was a comic called Harvey Hits. Yeah, you notice E did.
My back issue talked about there actually was some Harvey stuff. So I don't know if that's related to that Harvey Comics company.
But I don't like it. I don't like my face close up. So it's,
There we go. We'll give you at least that. That's pretty cool.
The Green Lantern still doesn't. Yeah.
We have 15 on Harvey number 6.
Is that 15 cents?
Right.
It starts at 12 cents.
Here's one. Okay, see, test your memory here. Have you ever seen any of these, E? I know
no.
Graphic has.
No, I haven't.
1946.
Wow. No, Phantom's been bounced around, Joe. Are those Harvey hits? That I guess that does sound like it would be a reprint.
They are not. I believe those were.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Because Harvey, I think, had there was a Phantom series at Harvey.
Oh yeah, Harvey Comics was it in the 40s.
If we're doing show off stuff here, let me get you out of there so you can show your face again. All righty, and if we're doing, I will do an unboxing of sorts because I've had this book for a while now. It's the one I decided not to sell.
Good.
It's the DC Golden Age. I at one point in time had 2 or 3 of these, and I did sell the extras. But let's see what this thing is all about. So this is. I already undid the Silver Age for Marvel and DC. These are interesting books. I wish there was more text to them. But for an old guy like me, and if you do like Golden Age comics, one of the things I love about them is the artwork is this freaking big. Yeah. So you really do get to study the detail on them. And it's amazing. It is absolutely freaking amazing. We're going to be bringing back the top 10 the way that we used to do it, where we do a top 10 here, and then I make the list over there. And I was thinking, judging by a conversation that I had, and oh, that's funny. Based on a conversation I had with what's his name, frickin' Jay Lee. What are your top 10 artists of all time? And how many of them would actually be in this era? Because this was, as you said, a lot of people think this is a simplified era of art and such. So, but I think, I don't know. I look at stuff like this.
I don't know if, I don't think anybody would make my top 10.
From the Golden Age?
I don't. But that's not to say that there weren't, guys that could draw, because there were. I mean, and like somebody that's legitimately good enough to make that list would be Matt Baker. But he didn't. I don't think he did anything for the big for DC or even Timely. I think he was all.
What about like Beck or Will Eisner?
DC Beck or
Will Eisner would definitely be a contender anyway. But that's one thing I love about these books.
And obviously Jack Kirby was drawing through the Golden Age, but
tell me that isn't awesome.
Well, it froze. Okay, now it's yeah. Is that a reproduction of an old print, or is that an actual old print?
This is Wonder Woman newspaper comic strip brochure from 1944.
Nice.
What about Everett Hibbert? He wouldn't be in your top 10.
So
he's the one.
Yeah, I love books like this. These little coffee table kind of things, man, give them to me.
And that's where I again commend you for getting the ones that were broken up, because the copy I have is the coffee table.
Yeah, the big fat one looks like the frickin' Book of Destiny.
Yes.
Yeah. What year did 75-cent comics start? Just trying to learn. 75 cents would be about, and that's in the mid to late 80s. Would be 75 cents. I want to say around 86, 87.
Green, do you use a dollar?
Maybe 84, 85. Pixel, you said show it. If you watch my video where I showed all the nerd stuff, you can see me struggling to
It's like the Ark of the Covenant. It
Are you
just
saying
sits
you
where
have
it
back
sits.
issues if you want to go get it?
I had several back issues after making that video.
I can see you using a dolly to move it around.
That day's not too far off.
I want to read it. I'll just put it on the floor. It's there forever now.
Yeah, because there's no place I can read that. I did read the Marvel one on the floor because I don't have
the floor.
I mean, I have my computer on this table, and this is where I do all that stuff. There's not enough room left to open it.
You need to buy yourself an extra coffee table just for that book.
What are your favorite comics that you think others may not have heard of? For me, it's The Maze Agency, Castle Waiting, Hero Alliance, and Strange Haven, says Trusty. Pixel, you were about to say something, and then answer that question with one answer.
Well, I was going to say that it doesn't matter how much you bid. You heard Maranya. It's tomorrow.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm trying to think of one currently.
A comic book that you think nobody else has heard of that you think that people should check out?
Go back around and maybe I'll have an answer.
VENKMAN, do you have an answer for that one?
Well, how many people have actually read the early stuff by Gardner Fox? They said like the Flash comics.
I think they heard about it, but
never
probably have not.
Honestly, well, I mean, maybe this crowd for the people outside normies, they never knew that Jay was the first Flash. They only know Silver Age with Barry Allen. They don't realize the 1940s there was and Hawkman appeared in there too. The Whip, all those characters and all. It's we redid those on Comic Book Puppets. It's called now. It used to be I Love Puppets, and I just falling in love with it, with the way they write stuff, everything. And of course you get they throw in the word queer in there. It's just we all giggle because it's so weird and hearing that word without being the way it's said today now. So it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I was actually having a conversation and we brought that kind of thing up. We were talking to my daughter, and it was brought up that, in all honesty, when we would call it, it's 1984 that it became 75 cents. You're right. That even when we would say the F word, we didn't mean gay. Yeah. We never were saying it was just an insult. Yeah. It never meant anything.
It was cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. The early issues of Film Force, that's from LK. I remember when comics were 50 cents, they were quickly hit 60. Yeah, me too. I remember because it was like, oh, yes, I could get 6 comics with my allowance. Woohoo! And then now it's,
I got to say, though, we're reading through these. Reading through these with Jay Garrick, I'm loving these more than I'm current or even in the 80s stuff, some of the stuff. I just love the storytelling. Yeah, it's hokey, but I just the whole sense of the 40s. I love the 40s era,
Skip and Tosh is bringing up Coffin Bound.
That's Brian Pulido, right? Or is that maybe that's someone else? I know because Brian Pulido has his own. I think his is Coffin Comics.
There was a comic literally called Gay Comics.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Wasteland by DC was super good, says Skip and Tosh. A book that nobody's heard of, or at least we think nobody's heard of. Yes, I do know of one. And what the hell? I did
there's
a video.
Couple, but we've talked about them a bunch, like Resurrection Man and Hero.
Yeah. I did a video a long time ago about one. Let me
Green
see
Arrow, because no one's heard of that.
And but in all honesty, I forget what it was called.
You know what I'm shocked really today though? Considering with all the TV shows out, they don't have a Doom Patrol comic book series ongoing. They push Titans, and then they have Doom Patrol, a TV series that was popular. Why wouldn't you have a new ongoing series with based off the show?
Some characters are just never going to sell Doom Patrol, with the exception of
Crazy Jane.
Grant Morrison's run. It is in that group.
Yeah. I mean, You can imagine doing it based off the show. You have Roboman just dropping the F-bombs every freaking comic.
It doesn't matter. Hell, Aquaman was $1 billion movie, and they can't get that comic to sell, even with great creative teams. Joe just said Del, Dracula, and Werewolf.
Oh yeah, the Dracula. Yeah,
Dracula was unreadable. I read one of the Frankensteins, and it was actually not bad.
Frankenstein, I think, isn't that more of a comedy?
Well, no, there were superheroes, and that was the idea behind the three. But Frankenstein, he like wore a mask and disguised the fact that he was a monster, and he became like a secret agent. Dracula was a type of superhero, but it was like, so whoever wrote Frankenstein put a little effort into it. I couldn't finish Dracula, and I tried, and this was both within the last month.
Okay, so I have a comic book here. Let me share this. That I did there's a video review on this channel, and I actually named it the #1 independent comic book for the year it came out. And let's see, let me get this. And it is, I kid you not, you guys are going to dig the name of it, but it's called Meth the Immortal. And it's about a pig who gains immortality, I believe, because he walks up after Christ is pierced with a spear. He walks up and in the body, the whole 9 yards, everything's taken away. He walks up and he licks the blood of Christ off the stones, and he becomes immortal. I kid you not. That's what this book is about. And it was awesome. This was a very clever, very well-written book. I highly recommend. So there you go. That's something I am pretty sure nobody's heard of, or at least the very least you saw the video I did and, like me, forgot about the name and everything. So, yeah. Have y'all ever heard of it? Other than
no.
No,
I can't say that I have.
I've never heard of an immortal pig before.
Yeah, Darkness Comes. Shirtless Bear Wrestler or Bear Fighter was a lot of fun. That one was good.
Here's one that E will remember probably, but probably nobody else.
Spy Man. Yes, I do remember that one.
Spy Man.
That is good stuff.
Yes.
Let's see, Amethyst and Aryan Lord of Atlantis from Maranya. The Furies by Bill Knapp was very good. Female teen comic, small press, only 8 issues. Miss So, how are you? Who says, I was a fan of Amethyst, Princess of Gem World. She flew under the radar in the 80s. Yeah. I remember getting a couple of those. Arak, Son of Thunder was a book I got as well. I like that one.
John, I would check out from, I think it was 2016 with what's the name? Joshua Williamson. Check out his run, and then going all with the current. I think they're all worth checking out.
Yeah, it could take you a while to get out of the A's at DC during the 80s. And not only Arak, Amethyst, Orion, Atari Force.
Yeah. There's the link if you guys want to give it a shot. It's apparently it's for sale at cover price, so on their website. I do know they've got more issues. So there you go. Yeah, method number 2 and number 3, and then a trade paperback. But I can recommend the meth. So
you can recommend the meth. That's good. Thank you.
I can recommend meth, ladies and gentlemen. Right here on I Love Comics, we recommend you get meth. I mean, not just to have, but to absorb. You should truly absorb meth.
Bring it into your life.
4 out of 5 dentists agree that you will put my kids through college.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going through all the old stuff. There's Red Raven comics. There's tons of stuff from the 40s, like people have never heard of.
Yeah. You know, for the longest time, whenever I was talking about books I was reading, I would bring up Shang-Chi because nobody really knew Shang-Chi. I know you know Shang-Chi, but most people just didn't pay attention to that. So that would have been my answer, except now he has a movie. But if you really want a good book and that's loyal to the character of Shang-Chi, you should check out the books. Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu.
Or
origin on Old Man Comics.
Old Man Comics. Oh my gosh. Old Man Comics did a comic book origin of Shang-Chi. Why, yes, ladies and gentlemen, they did. Where they do go through the book and chat about it and read through the whole 9 yards. So check that out, please. It's over on Old Man Comics.
It's a great book. Fantastic.
Yes, and an awesome video by a very, very, very ugly man. So,
Nightcrawler is asking about some other comics he got last year. Like Harly, there was a lot of Punisher War Journal. What? There's a couple different versions of Punisher War Journal. There's ones in the early 2000s, and then there's ones like in I believe 80s.
I think early 90s. By the time, I would say War Journal.
Yeah, War Journal.
Okay, yeah, War Journal was late 80s. That's been, and then
they brought it back in the 2000s.
Yeah, there was a 2000 about the same time as Dark Reign was going. That was also very good. The first two, I don't know if there's been a third, but the both of those were good.
Check out Welcome Back, Frank.
Welcome back.
It's a polar bear.
Right now,
he just wants to be fed.
Serial is a book that I've been enjoying. That I know a lot of people. That's Terry Moore. I know that's something that a lot of people haven't read. I'm going to be doing a review on on Old Man Comics called "The Good, the Bad, and the Prehistoric," where it's basically cowboys on dinosaurs.
Wait, Moon Girl?
Did you read?
Yeah, and I'm about to get to Yun Shin, so these are books, and I'll leave their I'll make sure that everybody can get a hold of their websites and everything. So
did you read the series that preceded Serial?
No.
She's the character from one of them. So if anybody in the chat can tell me where it is, I can't pull the name out of my head. It was very good, but It ran for about 40-something issues. Shoot,
who wrote it? What's it about?
Terry Moore.
Yeah,
and it was Serial is a sequel to one of his other series. I'll know it if you say it.
Let me look. He had Rachel Rising, Motor Girl,
Rachel Rising.
Yeah.
What is good? Let's see. Let's check this out here.
Be right back.
Because it's something to share and something to look at. That way I get to look at something I want to while still staying on a live stream. My Comixology. This is the unlimited thing. These are the stories that we can do and everything. Great. Entry points. IGN. Hold on just a sec. Let me
Pixel, do you have unlimited, or are you just paying individually?
Oh, no, I have unlimited.
Well, I was asking Pixel because
I do not have Comixology Unlimited. I have DC Universe Infinite and Marvel Unlimited. But
yeah, I have the DC and I have this one. I just kind of figured I've got to read this, the Kyle Baker's Nat Turner. Let's see, same day Japanese manga. What are we looking at? Oh wait, I saw Essential. So let me go back. I saw the Essential here. What hurt? Okay, so let's see.
Did you? Oh, if you go, they have the Batman from the 1940s. You're paying like if you don't have unlimited, you're paying $2 per issue, all the way from the very beginning.
I've done that. I've actually bought books just to read them on the channel here.
But $2.99 though for the back issues of Batman, the original first ones. That's weird. And then some of them were like, and I came across one random one. It was like 99 cents. don't know why, but it went back up.
Essential manga that I can get right off here. Something called Fairy Tale. You mentioned that one. Appleseed, Love Henna, Baki, Astro Boy. Hey, I know that character. Lone Wolf and Cub.
I think Love Hina's a harem anime or manga.
Lone Wolf and Cub, man. I am sold. Kingdom Hearts. I played that game.
Here's your Attack on Titan. I never read it.
Titan.
But,
Rave Mask, Ghost in the Shell, Neon Genesis. I heard of that. Mrs. Peregrine's. I saw that movie. It was all right. Dominion, Yamada Kun. That looks like it might be a porno. Captain Commando, Alive, Jennifer. Let's see what we got here. F, Witch, the Gr, Ace Diamond, Beck, Baron. Shot. Not a lot of things that I. Oh, Beautiful Creatures. Big Hero 6. I know that one. Not a lot that I recognize the name of, except for a few of them. What else do we have? Let's see. Rachel Rising, Indie Comics Jones is pointing out. Did anyone read Not All Robots? I have it in my box. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm looking forward to it. I want to check it out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Card Captor Sakura says Joe Rod. Mini comic Amy Unbound. Absolutely wonderful. Joe Rod says Evangelion. Something to check out. Hey, what's the link to join in? I have a few comics I want to show y'all. All right. Here you go. So long as your mic's okay. Mic is, I know you want to show something, but mic is very important.
and,
We love
language.
Please.
Yes. And of course, yeah, the language and the whole 9 yards. So, but there you go. Yeah, join on in if you
Zoo,
want.
the graphic novel based off the show.
Say again.
Zoo, down there. Don't you ever watch the show on CBS? They have for 3 seasons about the animals.
I have no idea what.
Oh,
you're
that
talking about.
it was a good. It was, Billy Burke's in it too. It's basically what happened was that the animals lost their fear in man, and they started like teaming up against mankind, insects included.
So these are the books that I've actually bought ready to make videos for, and I haven't done them yet.
There's Fairy Tale right there.
Yep. I did this one already. I've got the Fantastic Four because I want to go through all of them. Me and Breen are going to go through this. Let's see. Oh, the first appearance of Polka Dot Man. That's coming soon. We're going to be doing. We already did the first appearance of what's her name?
America Chavez.
Yeah, how dare you?
Oh, I saw this Dirk Benedict in the 25th century. Oh man, I'm in. I thought that might be fun, but yeah, I thought it might be cool to check out the first appearance of the Umbrella Academy, and I wanted to do the Daily Daredevil, so I really do have. I ended up buying all of the Masterworks because they were on sale for $1 each. So. Yeah, but there we go. Good stuff. These are books that eventually will be made into videos at some point in time. So, yeah, I just figured I might have a little fun sharing that out. So there you go. Hello to Ethereal Dragon. What's up?
Hello.
How have you been?
Good. How are you?
Peachy keen, loving life. It was Nightcrawler, though, that wanted to show up.
Yeah,
he just said, okay, let me jump on. All righty, cool deal. Let's see. No Yamada-kun in the 7, which is a fun series, says Trusty Sidekick. Okay, that's good to know. Initial D and Baki. You have to read Grappler Baki. See, that always happens when I'm talking the whole manga thing. In order to understand this, you got to read that, which goes into that. I know everybody says it's simplified because it's always chapter 1, but I don't get like Dragon Ball, Dragon Tales, Dragon Ball, right? Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Tales is a PBS show about dragons.
Dragon Tales, almost.
That thing is so freaking gone. I went to the movies to see something like it was. I think it was called like Dragon Ball Pony something or other. It was last year.
Broly.
Yeah. What's a Broly? Isn't that one of the freaking? I thought it was going to be like a mix up between the freaking My Little Ponies and Dragon Ball.
No, it would say Dragon Ball Brony then.
Maybe that's what I was hearing. No, but I went there. I was so freaking confused. They do not help you if you have not seen the Dragon Ball series. This will not help you. So
Yeah.
Yeah, what they did was they brought Broly from the Dragon Ball Z movies and redid them for the actual series proper.
Yeah,
okay.
Because when they originally did enter this character into the back of the Dragon Ball Z series and all the movie stuff, the creator didn't like how they did it, so he went like he wanted his own original vision. So yeah, basically like the Snyder cut for almost kind of like a similar thing, and they just did a whole movie where you reintroduced the character, you know.
Dragon Ball and My Little Broly.
Yeah, because the Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball Z movies are not canon to the TV show.
Okay.
But the Dragon Ball Super movies are canon to the TV show.
But but what?
I know.
Only the Broly movie, I think, because they redid the 2 Dragon Ball Super movies into the Dragon Ball Super TV shows.
Beach Broly Ball. No. I like because I got into Dragon Ball, watching Dragon Ball Z at first, and then went back and watched Dragon Ball. I mean, I didn't really need to watch Dragon Ball to understand Dragon Ball Z because it kind of explained at the beginning of the series.
I wouldn't mind going through the Gatchaman again. Get back to my childhood a little bit.
Ah, screw that. Go Battle Planets. I know.
Yeah, okay. I get it. Yeah. The one thing, though, is I don't need to watch Les Nessman as a robot. I want to see it the way that the God and the Japanese intended it to be.
I'm sorry. I saw that kid go... and then you see him...
Excuse me, boss, why obviously he's on the spectrum. Why are we carrying him around?
The funny part is you see the Japanese original translation. You know, he's smart. They just did that for, I guess, comedy for kids. Oh, look at that kid's retarded. That's what? I guess, you know, because
let's see. Dragon Ball was an all right movie until the guy turned into a giant monkey. The one you watched 2 years ago is canon. The old Broly movie is not canon. Darkness Comes says yes, it was ICG. Jay, excuse me. Sorry, I missed the start of the video, so I scolded back to watch from the beginning. Alrighty. Glad you caught up. And Miss So saying, I found the inappropriate humor in Dragon Ball Z quite funny. Ethereal, you're on 2 now.
Why is it doing that?
No
Bubble
idea.
the Dragon.
Hello to Title.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, they really toned down some of the stuff in when they dub Dragon Ball.
Hmm.
And I bet you they keep having to cover Goku's bits for Dragon Ball.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
No, it's
Yeah,
like
I
a
did not
whole
really
other
hard
world.
to see what's going on.
Well, it is a whole other world.
yeah, and look, I'm not one of those. Oh, I don't get it, therefore it's stupid. Look, it's y'all's thing. I never really got into anime. What I got into obviously was kind of the beginning of what came about because I did like the Gatchaman. I did like Speed Racer in the back in the day. I watched Ultraman like it was one of the only shows ever produced, which ended up being like Power Rangers and all that kind of crap.
I'm sorry. Can I interrupt? It's like we got paranormal activity over there. The problem
I know.
corner.
At some point in time, we're just going to hear a scream and a ghost face is going to come rushing up to the camera.
Well,
Nah, okay, Tab, you stay comfortable. It's all right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like midnight over here. I'm trying to get ready to bed. But
Okay,
yeah.
well.
And my internet's dead. So shit.
Oh,
It's
it's just a really dark room.
going to sleep to the smooth sounds of Englantine's voice.
Speaking of, I'm going to attempt that off of the stream. So
Have a good night, Eric.
have a
See
good
you tomorrow.
evening and see you tomorrow. Night.
I'm afraid I'm also going to pull an Eric brain, so I will see you all
I'm about
sometime.
to because
Wow,
I know Gail's coming home soon. As soon as she walks through that door, I'm out.
As soon as Dominic jumps on, they all want to leave. They saw the paranormal activity. They're like, no, I'm done.
There you go. There you go.
I will see you all
Hey
sometime
Jay,
soon.
what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, fun times. But it's kind of funny. Nightcrawler was like, "Hey, send me the link." Nightcrawler is the only one that hasn't jumped on.
I know, right? He said, "Give me." He said, "Give me."
He's too good for us now.
Yeah,
Right,
and he said, "Give me 1 sec," and then he saw everybody else jump on. He's like, "Well."
Let's see.
Power spot characters that are on different variants go good different universes. They come out with unique characters in 12 universes. That makes sense. Very super.
So, Kidoki. Now that I guess while I'm sitting here, while we're sitting here, and since I don't have anything to add to a Dragon Ball conversation, what is?
All right, Nightcrawler's in the back.
Covenant when
Watch, E loses internet right away.
hello to Nightcrawler. What's up, my
Hey,
friend?
everybody.
Hey, man.
What's the word? Oh, he's got some goodies to show. So
Ooh.
let's see what this. Oh, Frankenstein monster.
Cool.
Nice.
Well,
Got some
Marvel,
Bronze
right?
Age here.
Nice.
Let me go with this. Here we are.
Draka.
Oh, that's always some good stuff right there.
Wait,
And that wait, what number is that?
Number
Oh,
29. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's low number. That's pretty good.
That's cool.
So where have you acquired these?
A guy passed away and his son was selling them.
All right, yeah, taking advantage of the dead. That's always cool.
Nice.
E, what are you planning for your books when you pass away? Who's getting them, right?
Who's getting them? Nobody. They're going with me. Oh, Dakota. Oh, shoot. I haven't seen that in forever.
Dakota North. Never heard of it.
That might have been on one of your first auctions.
Yeah, I have. I've had a couple of them, but it's been a while. Oh, Supreme. You know what? I had an entire collection of Supreme in the auction.
That's from 90s, right?
I showed that up, and people were laughing that I had the entire freaking run of Supreme. Like it was
good.
Yeah, I thought, but you know what? I think there are some of these older Image comics that are beginning to get respect again.
A lot of the 90s books, people laugh at them, but you look at what's being put out today, and I'm discovering 90s stuff. I love like the Chaos Comics stuff.
Yeah.
My ego has to make me up top in that corner. So, what else? Oh, the Ultimates.
Ultimates, yep.
Wait, now that's that is a good that's a good series. I actually like the Ultimates 1 and 2. Of course, I don't know anybody who likes Ultimates 3.
Fuck Ultimates 3. Oh, the Ultimate was worse.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Now, I got to tell you, I'm kind of out of Mad Magazine. But and this is I know where you got this one. That one is that was in the auction. I had that in the auction.
Peter, David, Eric Cullen, great team up.
Yeah. Miss Zoe is saying, "Wow, nice selection." Funeral pyre of comic books. Ooh, yes.
Solar, there you go, man of the animal.
Yeah, I want that. I want a funeral pyre of comic books, but I want to be on a spit also. So it just circles.
X-Men 2009, nice.
499. X-Men.
If we do that, I'm gonna put you on top of a bunch of Bendis books. They'll burn easily.
Which ones?
Don't burn me with the Legion. Sovereign 7. I actually have to do a video on Sovereign 7.
Sovereign 7. That's an indie book, right?
No, that's DC. It's DC Comics.
I know about that.
We
Nice.
got the
Punisher, yep.
Buddy.
Spider-Man and Punisher. This isn't the one where he ended up needing to escape from jail, so he made himself.
Don't spoil it, 'cause I'm sure he hasn't read these yet, so don't give him.
Okay.
Pretty sure, Nightcrawler, you're new to the comic books, right?
Yeah, I used to collect them as a kid, and then I just got away from it, lost a lot of them, so I'm kind of starting over.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your poison? Like, what's the big character or the big title?
Well, it was X-Men, but mostly for Gambit. But Gambit don't get a lot of love, but I really like Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn
Yeah,
it.
that's the same as VENKMAN here. He's a Gambit fan.
I got
See, I like the Marvel Tales. And by the way, Jay, the link is in the chat. You want to pop on for a little bit.
darkness goes the bottom right. Looks like my screen. Only you would see a scary face.
Chaos Comics was good.
Yeah, that's the older one. That's
those Punisher War Journals. I actually liked War Journal better than the original title after a while.
Yep.
What another Gambit movie from Spike? Because Fox actually didn't want to do a Gambit movie. Every time we do a year, make a band ship.
I think Fox did the X-Men wrong. As soon as that first movie hit, they should have done like the Avengers does. You do the main films and then you do the side things.
I love the art on those old books too. Punisher was allowed to be violent back then. And
let us say hello to the tornado, the whirlwind, the presence that is one Mr. Jay Fairclough. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very well, thank you very much. How are you doing?
So we got Nightcrawler. This is the first time Nightcrawler is on the channel. So also I point that out.
Yo, respect. First timer. I'm liking the vibes.
Is that family or is that? No, that's a pet. Okay.
No, it's my puppy. He's full of riding and
puppy. Please.
Panic attack.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
puppy,
this is a bunch of good tough guys who love dogs. So I can tell Fairclough's down there. Show me the puppy. I want to see the
puppy. Yeah.
No, I actually love.
Nice.
My dog sadly passed away last year, so.
Aww,
yeah.
Poor doggy. Yeah. Last year I lost my dog too.
My family just died. No, my aunt died. So holy shit, dude! Whoa! Hold on. Do you have a backing board? Yeah. That needs a Mylar. That needs a bag and backing board, my friend. That should not be like, oh my god, you're giving me a freaking heart attack here, man.
Thanks.
I got you. Don't worry about it.
Holy Toledo. It's like when Doug Ernst eats pizza over freaking let's respect the game, man.
I know. I've seen that when people go to the comic book store and they start like folding it. I'm like, no.
Oh, well, I'm somebody like I'll read when I read my comics. Nice. I'll grab it like way up here so I can open it just a little bit so the spine doesn't crack. You know, I am a geek and freaking wear that on my sleeve.
Who's got the audio feedback? Is that you, Dominic? I'm hearing a wind tunnel or something. Like someone's boiling water.
It's not me.
Oh.
It's not me.
It's actually Nightcrawler.
Oh, okay. I was.
Those are some good books right there. Cool. I read those little like anime style. Oh, thank you, Miss So. I appreciate the goodwill and such. It's very kind of you. A long time ago, Jay was saying, "Oh, I want to come over and fight you." I would have taken you up on the offer yesterday and today, man. I'm very happy to have this stream because this was my calm down stream. I lost an aunt. Just a whole bunch of bad crap came down, and I'm wanting to fight the world at a certain point. My wife, God bless her, calmed me down a little bit. Got onto the stream to calm down a little bit, to yell at parked cars, as they say. Good freaking book. That is an awesome. That, ladies and gentlemen, answers a question from earlier today. What's a book that not a lot of people know of that is really cool? Sleaze Brothers. That's a good book. I do have to say that one. And of course, Sergeant Rock is always good.
Nice.
Let's see. I want to see the doggo. Yeah.
Murder in Scope?
Murder in Space. Yeah, they look like the Blues Brothers and The short fat one does all the talking. It's almost like a reverse Penn and Teller.
Interesting.
Yep.
There you go.
Punisher War General. Ghost Rider.
You gotta. Those are you got that in the auction, right?
No, I bought it from the guy's son who passed away. I got
Really?
the whole thing for like $20.
Oh no,
Like
that's right.
$22.
Jim got. I had a whole bunch of Sergeant Rock. Jim got
Nice.
the Sergeant Rocks
For
I
$20,
remember.
you got some good books in there.
Yeah. Well, you bought all these for $20.
Yeah, all of
Yeah,
them for $20.
combat.
I know
That's
he's
a
like,
Silver Age GI Combat, man. That is awesome. You got you
Just
got.
bought it.
Yeah,
I bought
that's
it.
good. Yes, you got a first appearance of Static for less than $20. I mean, if we prorate what you've got here, we're working on about 50 cents now.
Right.
That is some good right there. Holy Toledo, that's not bad.
yeah, I wonder how much of Stag's actually going for right now. The first
Mm-hmm. Yep, those are some good books as far as the narrative and the reading is concerned. And whoa,
Uh-oh.
okay, well he's welcome on. He knows.
Yeah.
When he could jump on, he knows he's welcome. Whoa, uh-oh. Okay,
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, Tevia, we're hearing the YouTube, so I'm gonna mute you for a little bit. All right, there you go.
Nightcrawler's back.
Nightcrawler is back. All righty. What is? Oh, now Tevia wants to join the. Oh, we got it. Yeah, actually. Okay, I'm getting a little bit lost here, gang. Let me get this.
Nightcrawler's on the bottom. There you go.
Oh, nice. Pulp Comics. There you go. That's good 1980s. Now we just got everybody showing off comics.
Yeah.
This is geeks at work right here.
Dude, this is, you remember the back in day vibes?
Ghostbusters.
This
Yeah.
is what we're all about.
Yeah. I love those Army of Wars, man. You're making me jealous with those Army of Wars. Those Sergeant Rocks.
Right.
It's good
Dude, next
stuff.
month when I go into the Hall of Fame, I'm bigging you up.
All
I've already
right.
made a speech.
Nice. On the magazine first issue special.
Well, let me let Jay say his piece. He's been wanting to come on.
I'm going to stay around. We'll just let the new crop up. If you don't mind, I want to see what the new crop is saying.
Okay.
But also, I literally want to say one thing.
All right.
You were so instrumental in my career. Before the boxing, yeah, I was instrumental. When I came into comics game, comics, because of Cummings,
Yeah.
you took me under your wing.
I don't know about that. We yelled insults at each other for 15, 20 minutes every time. Oh no, it's legendary. I love Jay, man. He's one of my. He like we got along just like that. And one of the reasons why is
But we
that
didn't know at first. We were very wary of each other.
You were. Well, yeah, I guess. But the thing is I went on you were on somebody's live stream. I jumped on with you.
Switch points.
Switch point, yes, and you tried to throw a couple of insults at me, and I wasn't having it, so I threw some back at you, and that was our shtick for a while. We would jump on; it would just be like, "You drunk Irish bastard, go tell that dog you thought was a woman last night to get out of your bed," and he'd just throw something back at me, and there was one point where we were on. Oh goodness, what was that young man's name? But we were on his 1,000 subs special. Elijah, yeah, we were on Elijah's channel, and we start throwing barbs and insults back and forth to the point where he stopped it. Those are some sweet books. I cannot believe you got all of these for $20.
Yeah, how many more do you have?
Cool.
I didn't count. Probably like 40 books or something like that.
Damn.
For
And they're-
$20?
and those are
We'll get into this later on, but let these people.
Is this
go
a?
on.
Was it a short
Well,
box
guys,
of comics?
in
Or
all
was it-
honesty, I made a promise to myself, and she's home.
I think it was just like it was in like a U-Haul box.
That is sweet. That is a sweet. Everybody wants that find. Everybody wants to be able to go to the flea market, to the garage sale, and get those books. Nobody knows what they got, and all of a sudden you're sitting there with a static #1 or a whole bunch of Army of War from the 1960s. That is some awesomeness. Just make the comics full screen for the boomers, right? Hey, honey, how you doing?
Right. So you plan on selling any books at all, Nightcrawler?
Oh, by the way,
actually, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, if I get a good deal, why not? You know?
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's always looking for books.
I was doing my live stream here. This is she still doesn't understand this is my job. Because I don't know if you guys heard this earlier, but my mother-in-law yelled very loud and angrily for me to shut up at the beginning of this live stream. If y'all hear it in the background, it basically sounded like the puppy. But she did. She yelled at me to shut up.
Imagine my wife saying that to me.
This
full
is
Italian.
I ignored it. I just thought I would tell you because, it's your mom.
Yeah, I know. Well, we always have to come home and ask, how was...
Yeah,
like,
did she start any shit today?
Yeah,
I got to tell you something. Gail's dealt with me, and thank you very much to all of you guys, because I actually told VENKMAN before we on Fridays we do readings of a comic book where we take each part and we kind of do like this really bad high school play version. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend you checking it out. But my aunt was a beautiful woman who we would talk she was a dental hygienist, and she would do the teeth cleaning, and afterwards we would go to lunch, and we would just have these great conversations. And I haven't seen her in a long time, and it's one of those things where you just don't know that the last time you see someone is the last time you see someone. And my other aunt, she's got dementia, and my cousin sent me a message saying if you do want to visit her, now better than later. I just lost my cousin, you guys remember. So, and then downstairs, there is a pile of hatred in the shape of my mother-in-law. Every freaking day, she is saying something bad about my wife. She is saying something bad about me. She is saying something bad about the life we live. She is saying something. It is just nonstop. And I told Gail I'm having bad thoughts, and I hate this because I need the freaking temples open. I need to. I need the meditation I used to get, but I've been having bad thoughts, and I don't like these thoughts. And I got mad because here's a freaking bottle of hatred, and the good people around me are dying, and it just pissed me off. It's just making me mad at everything, and I wanted to fight. It's like when the dumbass kid in the car does something, you just think to yourself, all right, here we go. Instead of, I don't want to avoid the confrontation, I was actually moving myself towards it. Gail is a very calming presence, and she was pulling me back, and she was doing that. And you guys we're talking comics, we're getting shit out, has been very helpful as well. But there you go. I do admit. I just wanted.
The reason why I retired from boxing?
Why is that? I would figure because you had a kid and you didn't want to get hurt.
With the kids.
Yeah.
And the missus said to me,
and boxing.
That's not life.
No.
One more fight, she will leave me.
What are you saying, Pink?
Are tasers allowed in Florida? Because whenever you get angry, she can just tase you.
Dude, I'm 50 freaking years old. You want to that would actually induce a heart attack, man. You don't want my wife to actually kill me.
Look at my eyes when I said that.
Yeah, just painful to death then.
Yeah. But no, it's really good. And so we didn't do a reading because I didn't feel play acting would be good, but just talking, just getting normal stuff out has really helped, and it's calmed me back down. When I was in Thailand, I discovered Buddhism. I discovered meditation. I've taken classes in the whole 9 yards, but recently it's actually been harder to do. And I just haven't had that calming presence. I haven't been able to sit down and just kind of go into myself and to think. And so, yeah.
Another way to get it out is exercise.
Round of applause for
Thank you.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm trying to do up, but I gotta go. It's like 1 o'clock.
Tavia, you be safe. Have a good evening and so forth and so on. You know, good dreams and all.
Yeah.
Even Black Cat doesn't say so.
Getting taste on screen would help the views.
At the same time, when I get the phone call, I'm going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. What Hall of Fame is this? What are you talking about?
Bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle brawling.
I'm the youngest going in.
You're a freaking crazy Irishman. I mean, you are like every Irish stereotype. I love you for it, Jay.
Wait, but you eat raw potatoes.
Do you eat raw potatoes?
It was weird because I had fucking 3 phone calls. At the phone one saying, "Oh, Jonathan, is this you?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, you're going to the Hall of Fame." I'm like, "You're hanging up." Next one, "Do you know blah blah blah?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." "You're going in the Hall of Fame." Hanging up. Called the person up. I'm like, "Are you literally taking the fucking piss?" Because my missus is there, running around with the kid. And I'm like, come 1 o'clock, your car's getting fucking braked. If you get on me. So I had the phone call back saying, "Yeah, you're going to the Hall of Fame." I'm like, fucking hell. For my age, I'm a missus.
Well, you're what, 40 what now?
I'm 32.
All righty. But you, I hope you slowed down a little bit because I know you got a youngin' and a missus in the whole 9 yards.
I'm with a vice president, so I've got to slow down.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it does change a little bit, the things that you used to do versus.
Imagine me, this me versus original, you know what, when comics let me loose. This version of me, yeah, I'm old school. I'd rather have a chat. And I always said, though, if you had a problem with me, come have a little chat. We'll sort it out.
Yeah, go one-on-one rather than the back. Behind the back stuff is not respectable. Guys, Gail is here, and I'm going to step off and actually hang out with my wife for a while. It's I kind of like her. She's all right, Gail. You're all right.
Oh,
You're good people. You're good
Gail's
people.
like, "Why are you torturing me?"
Yeah. No, honey, you got to get that denim with the snaps. It opens easier.
Overalls?
Yeah, so yeah.
That's what you want?
Okay, guys, I just stepped over the line. Apparently, I'm in trouble.
There's a line?
So,
you know what my mister said when I step over the line? I'm going to smack you in the back of the head because she's Italian.
Look, I just got you. There are certain things I could say on camera, and apparently there are not.
It's funny, though, when you're married, there's the back glare, and then there's your wife's glare, and you're like, Batman's got nothing on my wife.
Yeah, the Batman has nothing.
Isn't it weird that my wife knows what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, when she's all around?
It happens.
Are you Ivey? I'm like, yeah, bitch. She's like, you ain't.
It does happen.
That sounds like you married a rich.
Oh, Comic Works, what's up, my friend? How are you doing? And okay, I now see how it is with the wife.
No, because he just jumped on. We're leaving.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's only been 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Yeah, we've been on for 2 hours 20 minutes here.
This is normally like an hour live stream. We do a reading.
I want to say, I would not. I answer forever.
The floor is yours, sir. So if you need anything else. Would like to thank Nightcrawler for coming on for his first visit here and sharing some awesome books.
He did well. He did well.
And get that static in a bagging board, man.
I did. I found the board and I bagged it for you.
Oh, rock on, man. Because
now send it to E.
No. That's a keeper. That's a keeper right there. That's definitely a keeper.
Mirani says go.
Yeah, that one's got a few years left before it peaks. Definitely. But yeah, thanks to Ethereal for coming on, as well as who we have Tevia tonight. We had Eric Breen as well, Professor Pixel. Thank you, everybody, Cumberbatch, and for the super chats, everybody for super chats, and as always, thank you very much.
Anyway.
Oh, okay, it's up to you.
No, because I've still got fucking blocked for some reason.
I'm sorry. I just heard you say that you're gonna fuck my box, and I know that isn't what you said.
I swore then.
Because you and I will have. I've got follow-up questions because.
You can do that between the two of you alone. I don't want to hear it.
I don't know how that's going to happen, but now we are fighting.
All right, he's to other guy.
Yeah. All right, gang. But anyway, once again, thanks for hanging out with us for the last couple hours. Certainly appreciate it. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. You kids have a good night. Don't forget, tomorrow's the auction, and Monday is We've Got Issue. I don't know if we're going to do anything on Sunday, though. Have a good night.
Later.
Night.
See you.